In the Museum of Fine Arts in Vienna, Austria, sit these beautiful German ivory pieces of art done by German ivory carver Marcus Heiden, who was active from 1618 until 1664. Heiden worked in Coburg, Germany during those dates for Saxon Duke Johann Casimir at the court of Coburg, where he produced many of the Coburg ivories. Little is known about Heiden except for what he wrote in his 1640 book, which I can't pronounce but will try. Beschreibung eins von Helfenbein gedrehten Kunststücks, dedicated to Wilhelm IV, Duke of Saxe-Weimar. In his book, Heiden describes himself as a simple religious man. Two of his friends, a rector and a pastor, confirm Heiden's great devoutness and his skill as a lathe turner. So lathe turning is what you see an example of in these ivory castings. Lathe turning was invented in the 14th century and became a popular art form during the 17th century. So a more efficient machine lathe that used steel leaf springs for turning instead of poles allowed the production of these intricate helical spirals or spheres within spheres, and these gorgeous fantastical designs that you see and that are so captivating. By the mid 17th century, lathe turning became a favorite pastime of the nobility. And experienced artists like Heiden were connected to the royal workshops to instruct nobility on the art of lathe turning. So Heiden was an instructor to various Saxon dukes, and a lot of his works were routed, stolen in the 30 Years' War. The town was sacked, and a lot of his stuff was dispersed throughout just everywhere. So he started to make more objects after that as examples of what was stolen from him, so that people might see exactly what it was that they're looking for when they're looking for his masterpieces. So the flower ornamental vase that you see is one of those that he made. They were abnormally big and weighty, chosen from 300,000 tusks. His art is, when it's found, it's displayed in museums all over the world, like the Getty Museum, and in the one that we found it in, the Kunstdeutsches Modern Museum of Art in Vienna. I felt so guilty for being so in love with this ivory art because I know how horrible the ivory tusk trade has been and how detrimental to elephant species. But I just can't help but have fallen in love with these beautiful, delicately carved pieces of art, beautiful little pieces of Baroque gorgeousness that fascinate me far more than even the likes of Michelangelo's David. I just, these tiny little fussy pieces of art are just gorgeous, and I could stare at them for hours.